Bertha Lewis, and I am the president and founder of the Black Institute and the Black Leadership Action Coalition. I want everyone to rise to your feet, put your hands together for the MC for the day, Dominic Horner!
It is a great day in Brooklyn today. It is a great day in Brooklyn because of the Black Institute. It is a great day in Brooklyn because this is the first time in a few years that the Black Institute is back. It is a great day because of the leader of the Black Institute, Bertha Lewis. It is a great day in Brooklyn today.
On behalf of the entire Institute leadership and the working staff that works like nobody else can, we appreciate your turnout this evening. It warms our heart when we go through the changes that we go through, and sometimes people act like there's no struggle. As long as we're alive, we will be a struggle. The Black Institute will always win.
One more round of applause for the board, please. Thank you very much. So now it's time to start the awards. And we're going to begin with the Person of the Year, Chaplin Ingrid Lewis Martin. She was born and raised in Brooklyn, and Chaplin Lewis Martin has been married to Glenn Martin for more than 36 years. And is the proud mother of Glenn Martin II, and she's also a grandmother. And so she's a proud daughter of Barbadian and Panamanian heritage. Chaplain Ingrid is an advocate for community empowerment, realizing her passion going back to the fourth grade. When, under the leadership of her African American Studies instructor, Ms. Scott, she and other students organized a protest of the local A&P supermarket. You folks remember the A&P? The A&P to express their displeasure that no persons of color were employed. Bravo. Please welcome the Person of the Year, Chaplin Lewis Martin.
Good afternoon. Oh no, we're in Brooklyn. This is my home. Good afternoon. I give glory to God first, who dictates my life, and to my parents who rest on high for the way in which they raised me and my siblings. I'm actually humbled to be recognized by this organization. I get recognized recently by a lot of organizations, and for me to be recognized by this organization means a little something extra to me. When I was an undergrad, I stood on the shoulders of my sister, Bertha Lewis. A number of us stood on her shoulders. She probably doesn't remember me. I was really busy running around, but I used to go to Acorn. It was Keith Fullerton, Clarence. You probably remember them better because they were more invested. But it was a team of us, and we used to go to Acorn, and we would listen to Miss Lewis, Miss Bertha, and she taught us about organizing. I already had a background in community advocacy because I had some good people in my life, starting with my home base and my educator, Mrs. Scott, and I was a product of Major R. Owens, which I'm very proud of. I was one of his. So when I got to meet Ms. Lewis, I learned about things from a different perspective. I learned how to knock on a door. I learned how to talk to people to let them understand what their actual rights were. I learned how to explain to people how to stand up for your rights and how to advocate for what is duly yours and to not leave any stone unturned until you achieve it, although my parents did teach me that as well. So Bertha Lewis, who I call my sister, I believe we're related because we're both L-E-W-I-S. Yes, we're Lewises. Has been a mainstay and a staple in my life. There has been, I worked on, you named the campaign, not all of them, but a lot of campaigns, a lot of people who look like me anyway. And I hope others, but a lot of people who look black like me. I worked on a number of their campaigns if they're from Brooklyn. A lot of them have achieved great walks now, but they know you have to start somewhere before you get to the top. And Bertha Lewis has always been there with me, a guiding force. We don't always agree, but we're respectful to each other, we love each other, and we can always have a real and a true conversation. So Bertha, I thank you for all that you instilled and you poured into me. And I thank all of you for coming to support this organization. The Black Institute needs our support, our financial support. They need whatever pearls of wisdom you can share. They need you on the ground. Thank you.
Person of the Year.
So now it's time to move on to the Community Legacy Awards. And that award goes to the Fire Commissioner of New York City, Laura Kavanaugh. Prior to becoming Fire Commissioner, she was a special assistant to Mayor Bill de Blasio. And during the 2012 presidential election, she served as a deputy director in Pennsylvania on Barack Obama's re-election campaign, the real deal. So folks, please give a warm welcome and embrace of the Community Legacy Award winner, the Fire Commissioner of New York City, Laura Kavanaugh.
Wow, Bertha. This is truly humbling. I have to say, I think it's almost 2 decades ago that Scott sent me over to the Acorn office on Nevin Street, now John Kest Way, to work with a woman named Bertha Lewis. And I thought I was a good community organizer, and then I met Bertha and I said, boy, do I have a lot of work to do. Ingrid, who I'm now lucky enough to get stuff done for Mayor Adams, and we get a lot of stuff done together, so thank you to Ingrid. And then Tina, who I just had the good fortune to meet, but thank you for everything you do on economic justice. It's so appreciated. So thank you so much for having me here. Any fight that you are ever in, Bertha, I am behind you, so just let me know. Thank you.
Isn't she great? This girl. I have to reiterate this once again. FDNY. The malest and the most testosterone in this entire city. And guess who's leading it? Laura Kavanaugh. Give her another.
With a mission to move the Bronx, my home borough, forward. To move the Bronx forward, focusing on public safety, food equality, housing and security, health and wellness, gender equality, support for the LGBTQIA+ community, and another round of issues that are all important. When you ran, I'm often quoted as the expert on local politics. And my initial thought, I didn't voice it. And I said, ain't no way in hell the Bronx is ready for a woman African-American borough president. I am so glad that I was wrong. And please, folks, do me a favor and give her a loud round of applause, accepting the Leadership Award, the Borough President of the Bronx, Vanessa Gibson.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much, Dominic, for your incredible leadership. And you understand that I've heard that story many times before. People didn't believe that I could ever win the office of the Bronx Borough President. They said a woman of color could never win this office. And I said, really? Watch me work. Watch this African-American, Caribbean-American woman work. And I truly know that this was God's plan and not my plan. Thank you so much to the Black Institute, to Bertha for your incredible leadership, for your tireless efforts, for what you do on the front lines every single day, fighting for racial equality and social justice and voter education, and doing the work to uplift God's people every single day. This work is truly not easy, but many of us have been called to serve for such an important time as this. So allow me to reintroduce myself as the Bronx Borough President, Vanessa Gibson, the first African-American and female elected borough president. I am my ancestors' wildest dreams, all of their hopes and all of their aspirations. They fought for me to be here today. They laid the groundwork so that I could rise to this position. And now, as I serve in this moment, for this season, and for this reason, family, understand, I wake up every day on purpose, with a purpose. Because I realize that because of the work of Bertha and so many, that you have already put the footprints in history, not only for me to follow, but to create my own footprints, to make sure that our young people in the Bronx and beyond can look at me and see themselves and see the hopes and possibilities come true, and make sure that our young people know that they are destined for success, no matter where they come from, no matter their race, their ethnicity, their gender. Their block should never block their blessing. Their status, their circumstance should never determine their future. And for generations and generations, so many that have come before me, I think about so many of my sisters, and I know, one of the honorees, Ingrid, talked about, Congressman Major Owens. My political mother in this game is the late, great Aurelia Green. And she's from the Bronx, served as an assembly member, deputy borough president, and she mentored me. As she climbed the ladder, she lifted me up. And now it's my opportunity as I climb the ladder to lift someone else up. That's how you build power in the Black and brown communities. That's how you allow our young people to be driven and successful leaders. We have to open up doors, y'all. We have to make sure that we own property. We are creating good paying jobs so that people have a pathway to the middle class and they're not struggling like many of our people were during the pandemic. All of you understand, I have been serving in this role for just 6 months, since January 1st. And in my first week, one of the most horrific residential fires in the city of New York was in the Bronx, in Twin Parks, and we lost 17 neighbors. It was Bertha and the Black Institute and the BLAC that called and said, Vanessa, what do you need? Because guess what? The people in Twin Parks look just like the people in Brooklyn and just like the people in the rest of our city. What do you need from us? People reached out. That's what we do in times of challenge. And so I am reminded that through the pain, we can find purpose. And in the middle of a storm, we can find strength. People try to knock us down a lot of times in the Bronx. Folks try to count us out. But if you know, like I know, when folks count you out, God counts you in. God counts you in. And so I am a living witness of all of your labor, of the Black Institute, of the incredible work done since 2010. I am a seed that was planted that is now the Bronx Borough President. And as I stand on shoulders of those that have come before me, those that have never given up, I have the same commitment and dedication that I too will not give up. I will not give up on our young people. I will make sure that we build in the Bronx, that we empower families, we create the access and opportunities, and we make investments that allow people to live in dignity with good paying jobs. And so I want to thank you for this honor, because it's an honor to be honored. And I want to recognize my sisters who are being honored, Miss Tina Williams and Ingrid Martin-Lewis and Laura Kavanaugh. They represent the future. We all represent the future. And we have to realize that this is our moment. We do this work with a passion every single day, but we realize our purpose in life, which is to leave a legacy, to leave footprints for others to follow, to make a difference in this world. I want to make sure that the Bronx is better when I leave than the way I got it when I started. And if I can do that, if I can make a fraction of an improvement as my ancestors have done, I know that I am doing a good job. And so I say thank you for this recognition. And you know I have to accept this on behalf of my beloved borough of the Bronx, the Boogie Down Bronx, because we have been through some things. And I think about so many of our young people, and I accept this on their behalf, because our children are destined for success. They are gifted and talented, and just like someone poured into me, we have to now pour into our young people who are the next generation of leaders. So congratulations, my fellow honorees. Thank you, Bertha. I love and appreciate you, my sister, and to each and every one of you, God bless you, and let's keep up the great work. Thank you.
Bertha, I want you to come back up, and as you might imagine, the mayor's schedule was very busy, so he couldn't make it here today. Here's a proclamation, and I'm just going to read the first sentence and the last sentence. And it says, whereas throughout our great city's history, exceptional organizations and courageous individuals have run their leg of the relay towards a fairer, more just society. You might as well put right there, Bertha Lewis. And then the last line says, today, I am overjoyed to commend the Black Institute for its efforts to empower the vulnerable. See, this is important to me, folks. I was once one of these vulnerable children in the city of New York, growing up on welfare in the projects. But to eliminate obstacles to equality and transform our city. Now, therefore, I, Eric Adams, Mayor of the City of New York, do hereby proclaim Saturday, June 18th, in the City of New York as the Black Institute Day. This lady's no joke. This lady's no joke. No joke. She is the Chief Executive Officer, Chief Investment Officer, and founder of Exponix. Is that the way you pronounce it? Close enough? We're going to make it that right now. Now here's the catch. It's a 14 billion with a B, billion-dollar multiple strategy investment company, which is one of the largest diverse and women-owned investment firms in the United States. 14 billion. I didn't say million. I said B. That's Bloomberg territory. Diverse and woman-owned. She founded FIS Group the predecessor firm to this company, 25 years ago, and has had over 36 years of investment experience. Tina is the Chief Investment Officer and Lead Portfolio Manager for the firm's active global equity strategies. Now she chairs the firm's investment committee and oversees the firm's fixed income and equity platforms. Bottom line, she controls the money. Show me the money. And so she is a remarkable person. And please, folks, do me a favor and welcome this woman as the winner of the Economic Justice Award, Tina Williams.
Dominic, thank you for that generous invitation and introduction. You know, what an honor it is to receive this award. Thank you. Where is he? Tony Giordano? There you go. And the Black Institute for honoring me with this award. And then Bertha. I call you, Bertha, a force of nature. You are a waymaker, a barrier breaker. Through your research and your advocacy, you have truly shown the way for fighting for economic justice in this country. I know you are from Philadelphia. My only ask, though, is if you could just travel north, stay for maybe a month, drop a little pixie dust on your city, and show them how to do it. But I want to say, as a Black woman, as a Christian, as a leader of a minority investment firm, as a mother and grandmother of Black babies, as a Jamaican immigrant, and as a naturalized citizen and patriot, I thank you. You know, it's really awesome to be back in what used to be my home base. I lived in Crown Heights. When I went to NYU. My first son was born in Brooklyn at Kings County Hospital. But New York City is really special for me, because it was the Bureau of Asset Management that actually put my firm on the map. And so I can't tell you how delighted I am to find one of my chief mentors and backers, Horatio Sparks. Horatio took this little dream. I'm not even sure why he believed in me, but he did. And he introduced me to New York City's trustees and doggedly fought for us to get our first allocation. So without you would be no FIS nor Exponent. I also want to recognize Greg Floyd. And Greg as you know, is a friend. He is someone that investment firms of color consider to be their rock. You have been a fighter on the NYSER's board, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate you, so thank you. Look, it's people like you that fueled our mission, which is not just to make money for people, and that's obviously job one, but to be a force multiplier for positive change in our industry, which is so sorely needed. And that's why of the 100 firms or so that we've invested in, most of them are funded by people of color or women, or our team, and several of them have been graciously agreed to join us here at this table. Over 70% of our team members are women or people of color, so we look nothing like Wall Street. Let me just close by saying, here's my pledge that I will continue to fight the good fight, to earn and continue to earn the distinct honor that this award has bestowed on me. And thank you again, Bertha. You are, I won't say what I said to you when I hugged you, but you're awesome.
It's been my honor to be with you folks today. Have a great Saturday and enjoy the Black Institute.
Hold up! You ain't over yet. You know I always got something to pull out of the pocket here. Listen, again, y'all don't know. You know, after this crazy lockdown, for all of you to come out, you know, this is what does it for me. And I want to applaud all of you. Thank you. But before we go, I want to make sure that all of you understand. First of all, you know, people come up here talking about, Bertha, blah. You know, I'm getting old, okay? I've been marching so much, my knees is hurting. And then, you know, my knuckles got bruised from, you know, like physically having altercations, you know, but the Black Institute, the Black Leadership Action Coalition, you know, I might be the president for life and the founder, but everything that we do, all the time, from our research to our policy, to our legislation, to... Cut me off! That's all right. That's all right. Oh. That I want you all to recognize. You know, it ain't me. You know, for real. I stand on the shoulders of a whole bunch of folks that a lot of times people don't know their name, don't recognize them. But before we go tonight, let the board thank God for our board. But I'm going to call to the stage right now the folks who really make me look good every day, and that is the staff. Come on, this will be your new executive director of TBI, Allison Jeffrey. Wait for me. This is your new executive director of the C4 when she run up on y'all. Don't be mad. Damaris Roskin. This is all that research. When you look around here and you see all these reports, this is the researcher. This is Jacob Scott. And for all you politicians, listen up, Vanessa. This the man that does the endorsements. And here, our newest organizer from Nicaragua, George Byles. He's going to be in your neighborhoods, and he's going to be knocking on your doors. And finally, this one who is going to be running the machine, because any social justice organization has to run very well. Ladies and gentlemen, Tuliki Robertson. But here's the thing. We went through a lot. This is 12 years. Now, there was a movie. Y'all remember what that movie that had 12 years in it? 12 years a slave, y'all remember. We were 12 years a slave to social justice, and we ain't ashamed to say it. But let me tell you something. For me, through COVID, through staff changes, through no money, through people writing all kinds of smack about us in the papers, to crazy people coming to our office, to when I would get insane. Some of you know that that's true. The one person who has been committed to this organization and has been the unsung hero that all of y'all need to recognize right now. The person who has been my right hand through all of this, ladies and gentlemen, straight out of Africa, Sally Sally gonna try to check out, but she can never leave. So thank you all. Eat more food, drink more food. The band is coming back, and we're gonna rock on out of here. Thank you.
I'm here on my birthday because Bertha Lewis is doing God's work. This organization is doing God's work. And whenever they ask me to do something, I will always be here because they are advocating for New Yorkers, for all New Yorkers, and for people of color. Thank you, Black Institute, for what you do. You folks are wonderful.
This was a fantastic event led by the indomitable Bertha Lewis, who has been a mentor and a friend to me for years. And so we're here to support her, here to support the Black Institute. It's a great event. It feels great. I really love getting together with my fellow female commissioners, female leaders in government, and really collaborating and making things better for all women in the city of New York.
I'm Tina Byles-Williams, and I was awarded the Economic Justice Award. It feels extraordinary, and from such a wonderful and impactful organization. And Bertha Lewis, as I said, is a force of nature that we need to replicate across the country. We all stand on the shoulders of people like Horatio Sparks. And so when we get a break from someone like that, it's more important that we turn around and recycle the blessings. And that's really what I hope I've been able to do throughout my career.
I feel very proud of Tina and the success that she has done over these years, moving her firm from FIS to Exponents, broadening the firm, making the firm larger, working significantly with people of color, 70% running her firm. Makes me feel that we made the right decision. She continues to run money for pension plans across the country and continue to be successful at it. We are proud of Tina, and I'm really happy that I made that decision. And oh, by the way, it wasn't a decision I made by myself. It was a decision that was made in conjunction with all the trustees of the pension system.
I mean, it's a huge honor to, come from a legacy of people who are making a change in this country. And I really appreciate all the hard work that she puts in to uplift them.
Adam Clayton Powell. I'm here to support Bertha Lewis and the Black Institute on its 12th anniversary. I've known Bertha Lewis many, many years. I remember when she started the Black Institute 12 years ago, and I'm so glad. Many of us appreciate her activism, her dedication, and just her pure commitment to our struggle and to our community's improvement. So we're glad to be here, and we have to continue to support the Black Institute. Bertha Lewis' heart is always in the right place. Her mind is sharp, and because of that, she has a strong team around her, a strong following, a dedicated people, and again, without the Black Institute, we would not be anywhere near where we are today in terms of some of the advancements that have taken place over the last 12 years, and we wish the Black Institute another 12 years. We need it stronger than ever.
I'm Clarence Norman Jr. I used to be the assemblyman here in the 43rd Assembly District, and when I heard that Bertha was having this wonderful gala, I knew I had to be here to lend my support. Bertha has been a fierce advocate for poor people, for people who have been disenfranchised, people who are fighting to get a piece of the American pie. And she's been one of the staunch supporters of those individuals. I have had the occasion to work with her on many fights within our community to bring about equity, socially, economically, and politically. There have been times Bertha and I have not been on the same page, but we always manage to work it out. I would tell Bertha sometimes, you get out there, throw the rocks, I'll go into the room and seek to negotiate. So Bertha and I have had this unique relationship over the past 25 or 30 years. I just wish Bertha the best, whether or not she continues to lead an organization or not. I know she continues with her commitment to helping to enfranchise and to empower our community, and I will always be there with her. This is a very phenomenal event. We saw so many people come out to support her, and we know this organization will continue to do great things here in New York City and throughout this country.
This is Baba Umpo, also known as Menes de Griot. It was indeed an honor and a privilege to be invited to the Black Institute Award ceremony. It was a tremendous event. I am honored to be here, and I'm appreciative of all the work that they have been doing in our communities.
And today was a gathering and a celebration for Juneteenth, and to recognize folks in our community that have played a pivotal role in the work that we do. And that the work that we do is to uplift and to advocate for people who are Black and people of color in our communities in New York City and globally.
Hi everyone, my name is Olufemi. I attended this wonderful event. It was amazing to be able to witness so many wonderful women being honored today for their outstanding leadership in the community for so many years. And to really hear the display of work that the Institute has been doing for over 12 years is amazing. So much more work to come. So I'm honored and humbled to be able to be here, filled in a room with such wonderful people.
I am Dr. Georgina Falou, President of Falou Foundation, a corporation in East Harlem for 34 years, and I'm here joining my forces with the Black family to make sure that we progress together toward the standards that our families and our communities deserve. I congratulate Black Institute for this event and the honorees. I'm so glad I participated in this event.
My name is Diego Hugo Meneses. Everybody knows me by Hugo. I am originally from Nicaragua. I work in West Side Federation for Senior and Supporting Housing. The importance to have organization as a Black Institute is very necessary, especially because we still have to create a behavior and to learn how to live in an equal society. And equality is not only on race, but it's also in class, economic class. So there's a lot of injustice still. In this particular moment, I mean, the importance of Black Latinos and being everybody, all the minorities be together, because this includes also Asians and other people from other countries. The importance to be together is because specifically at this moment, the white supremacy ideology is kind of coming up again, and it's open up and start creating a lot of situations. So we need to be together. We need to be strong.
It was quite an experience putting the whole thing together. So, one, it was very fun, and two, after the event, you see exactly why it all makes sense. So I'm very appreciative of, not only knowing Bertha, but actually working along with her and seeing how her drive really not just motivates people, but put us in a place of excellence, so to speak. We are one big melting pot, but at the same time, we just want to be respected and recognized for what we bring to the pot. You know what I mean? So I think those things are very important, and I think that is the force with which Bertha has lived her life. You know what I mean? She's not asking for any, upper hand on anybody else. She just wants to be treated equally. And within that, she has definitely made her voice be heard. It's not only that she doesn't walk away from her beliefs, but these people love her for her beliefs. Because she has made sure for you to realize that if you need her tomorrow as a friend, whether you're black, white, blue, or green, she's there. So it's really not about the color, in the sense of that what she's asking for is to be treated equally. But as a person, if you're, whatever your color is, she's equally understanding if you need her help.
After 2.5 years here in New York City of COVID lockdown, we said we're having a party. And here we are at historic Crow Hill, right in the heart of Crown Heights, celebrating our 12th anniversary, honoring 4 fabulous women. We honor Tina Byles-Williams, financier extraordinaire, the Bronx Borough President, Vanessa Gibson. We also honored the first woman FDNY Commissioner, Laura Kavanaugh, and last but not least, the Person of the Year, the Chief Advisor to the Mayor of New York City, Ingrid Martin. We are an organization that focuses on black people and people of color. And as we were coming out of this pandemic, and I said if we're going to celebrate and honor folks, I was going to do it with women. Each one of those women in finance, politics, leadership, each one of them has for decades done incredible work. And a lot of times, people don't get the accolades that they should. And so here at the Black Institute, if we can honor folks who have been in the trenches, but who's really worked for social justice, for black people and people of color, that's why we honored those 4 women. When I founded the Black Institute, I was very clear about what I wanted to do. This would be an organization for, about, by, run by black people, number one. That's why it's called the Black Institute. I don't want any mistake. And I really meant it. The demographics of this country are changing. And black people have been here from that first African slave from 1619 to here. We are as American as apple pie. And so, unless we do our research, come up with policies, and take action, but with a black lens and a lens of color, then we can actually be the kind of nation that the so-called founding fathers thought they were creating. We will actually make it a reality. We built this country, we live in this country, we've been here before America was America. And so we are unapologetically blackity black, black to blackity black. And our people are dying. Our people are coming under great stress every single day. So you can't just talk about it. You gotta be about it. And if I can establish an organization and build an institution, and also when I'm long gone, have others, younger people take up the mantle. I can only lay down a foundation. But the one reason that I went on, I had no choice. My ancestors went on. My mother before me, my father before me, my aunts, my uncles, my grandparents, they all went on. I wouldn't be here today if people had allowed themselves to be stopped. So, I'm black in America, and that's why I go on.